Okay, I hope that you already have grab this, the concept of equilibrium, the concept of konsep keseimbangan, because this is going to be applied, going to be used again and again, in static. I think we stopped here last Monday. Do you have any question on this particular a quick one, a simple one, a simple example as a start, so that you can grab the concept and also the basic groundwork on static. Okay, so let's look at the second example. Okay, sorry. Let me start again. Okay, this is the second example on equilibrium. Again, my example here is a simple one. The reason I start with this is because we should do this. We should start with the simple one so that we can understand the concept and the basic things that you need for understanding equilibrium. Then later we will build up the case. Okay, let's look at another example in this particular one. If you have any question, again, just interrupt me. Okay, again, I'm using the traditional axis, X and Y. Again, this is just a bunch of axes and arrows and numbers. You need to have that feeling. So I'm just gonna put this on the axis. Let's see, we have this force on the right of 400 again, Newton. But this time, the difference between this and the question before this, the previous slide, is that I'm going to apply force which is at an angle, which is this. When I see which is at an angle, is an angle theta from x-axis or from y-axis. So let's say this is at an angle, 300 Newton. If you remember the previous slide, the previous example, 300 Newton is applied on the axis itself. It's not at an angle. 400 Newton now, over here is at an angle. Dr. Saiful?
Ya, Prof.
Boleh nampak tak saya, anak panah saya ni?
Boleh.
Oh, boleh. Okay. Thanks. Okay, so this 400 Newton here is applied on the axis. So I consider this on the axis X. So it is not at an angle. Bukan pada satu sudut. And then 300 Newton, if you look at this, 300 Newton is applied at an angle. You can look this at this angle from y-axis, over here, or you can look at that. You can look this at an angle from the negative x-axis. So in another word, this is 300 Newton is applied at an angle. So again, ini hanyalah nampak macam anak panah dan number saja dan paksi. This is a model. So you need to, again, like I told you, you need to have that, need to imagine this to the real thing, yang sebenar. So again, I will consider this point O or point 0, and then this string, this arrow in green is string and rod, rope, and point 0 or point O is pin, pin ataupun paku, pin on nail. Okay, so enough with that. Yeah, so if in the future or every time you find or you stumble with a force that is applied at an angle, yeah, you need to resolve it. Yeah, you need to resolve. Maksudnya kalau dalam bahasa Malaysia, pecahkan dia, pecah pada paksi X and Y. So every time if you come across, stumble, with force applied at an angle, you need to resolve it to axis X and Y. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how I resolve this. Yeah, how I resolve this into axis X and Y. Yeah. Okay, so this is how I do it. Yeah, if you can refer to the previous slide, I have a slide that shows you how to resolve the force into X and Y axis. Yeah, I did not do that. If you can skip, if you can look back at the previous slide. But again here, I'm going to show you how to resolve this into axis X and Y. Saya dalam bahasa Malaysia kita pecahkan. Ini daya pada satu sudut, ya, satu sudut. I'm going to resolve it into axis X and Y. If you look at this, the angle here that I have is 60 degree, from the negative x-axis, or 30 degree, from y-axis. You can use both. You can use either. Either. Okay, let me show you how to do that. This is basic. It is quite simple. Again, this is a good example to form. I consider this is a good example for a start, for you to understand how to do this. In static. The difference between static class, this class in static or this class in strength property of material, with the basic mechanic in physics that you had before, is that you are using the equation of equilibrium. Remember equation of equilibrium, which is summation of force or forces in X and then summation of forces in Y direction. That is the different technique that we have in static. So as a start, you need to concentrate here how I do this. So before I sum, remember the equation of equilibrium is about summing forces. Remember the symbol sigma, is for sum. The sum of forces in X direction must be equal to 0, or the sum of forces in Y direction must be equal to 0. So sum here means kita campurkan jumlah dia. We're going to add or we're going to deduct. Kita akan campur ataupun kita tolakkan. So in other words, kita akan campurkan. Kita akan tambah atau tolak. So sigma, in that particular summing of forces in X and Y direction, sigma stand for summing. Sum, S-U-M, sum maksudnya jumlah dia, jumlah daya. So before you sum the forces up, either in X or Y direction, before you sum forces in X or Y direction, or you have a 3D sum forces in Z direction later, before you sum them up, you need to resolve it first. Sebelum you jumlahkan daya pada mana-mana arah, kena pecahkan dulu pada paksi-paksi tertentu. So this is what I'm going to do before I sum the forces up in X or Y direction. I'm going to resolve this 300 Newton, 300 Newton into Y axis and into X axis, into Y and X axis. So take a look at this. So the first one, I'm going to use the 60 degree here, 60 degree instead of 30 degree. I'm going to use 60 degree here. So I'm going to resolve, pecahkan pada part CY. I'm going to resolve it into X and Y axis. So if I do that, yeah, I'm going to resolve this 300 Newton into axis Y and axis X. Yeah. So if you refer to the previous slide, yeah, which I did not cover, you need to take a look at it. Yeah. This is how I resolve it. Yeah. So on this, when you resolve to y-axis, 300 sorry, 300 cos theta, yeah, or 300 sin 60. You can do that. Yeah. Sama ada 300 cos theta ataupun 300 sin 60. That is when I resolve it into y-axis. So the other way, the other axis, if I resolve to x-axis, which is this one, if I resolve to x-axis, the answer is 300 sin 30 or 300 cosine 60. Yeah. Okay, any question on this? Just now I mentioned to you I'm going to use 60 degree, isn't it? Yeah. But here it looks like I'm not using 60 degree, but I'm telling you also this when you resolve to y-axis, this is either 300 cosine 30 or it can be 300 sine 60. And over here, this can be 300 sine 30 or 300 cosine 60. Okay, this is how you resolve the 300 Newton applied at 60 degree from x-axis to axis y and axis z. Axis y and axis x. So do you have any question on the resolution of this 300 Newton to axis y and axis x before I proceed? Ada soalan?
Tak ada.
Okay. So after you have done this, after you have resolved into axis x and axis y, then now barulah boleh. Now I can sum it up. Yeah, now sekarang saya boleh jumlahkan dia. Yeah, so now I can use the equation of equilibrium, yeah, which are the summing forces of x direction and summing forces in y direction. Yeah, if you can refer back to the slide, yeah, I can start doing that now after I have resolved it. So all the forces now is on the axis. Yeah, semua daya telah berada di paksi-paksi yang paksi S and Y. Barulah kita boleh teruskan menjumlahkan daya, menjumlahkan summing these forces up, yeah, or summing this loading up. Okay, so I'm going to first sum forces in x direction. You can sum forces in any direction you like as a start, but alphabetically x dulu kan, ya, dengan y, ya, but then y, but you can sum forces y pun dulu boleh, ya. Okay, so I'm going to start with summing forces in x direction. Okay, you look at this. This is the equation of equilibrium. So again, how I read this, we already agree this is the positive direction. Sigma here is summation, and then the summation of force in x direction must be equal to 0. So when I start with this, yeah, this is a static way of solving forces, yeah, problem. Okay, this is the way, this is the static way, yeah, how to solve this. So when I sum forces in x direction, I'm just looking at the forces, all the forces on the x-axis, yeah, which is this one, yeah, the first one, and then this, the second one, yeah, two. Ada dua, there's two 400 Newton and also 300 sine 30. There are two forces on x-axis. So take a note on that. One over here is positive 400 Newton, because we agree daya yang ke kanan itu positif, and then 300 sine 30, or 300 cosine 60 pun boleh. This is negative, so the direction of this one is negative, the direction of this one is positive. So let's look at this. So this is like a start. So every time you are solving a static problem, you start with this. This macam pembukaan lah. Ini macam pengenalan. Pengenalan kepada macam dia kata, ini saya nak buat, saya nak jumlahkan daya pada paksi X. So summing forces in X direction must be equal to 0. So just add it up. Sum it up. So this is positive, this is negative. So look at the workout. So Fx. So end up with this negative 300 sine 30 plus 400. So the answer is 250 Newton. Take notes that the answer here is positive 250. Bukan negatif 250. So positive 250 are telling you that the summing of forces in X direction is positive. Positive. I will show you later. So that's solved on the X-axis. Again, I told you this is the simplest one that I can start with. Okay, next, after I've done that, I'm going to sum forces in Y direction. This is the next one I'm going to look at. I told you that you can start with anything. You can start with summing of forces in Y first. Also, you can do that. Tak mestinya pada paksi X dulu. But because it's alphabetical order, I start with X. So summing forces in Y direction, again, if you look at the diagram here, there's only one here. This is positive 300 cosine 30. Ataupun 300 sine 60 pun boleh. Sama jawapan dia. So this is positive. So in your calculation, you put that in. Tak ada yang lain, cuma ni satu saja. So Fy is equal to positive 300 cosine 30. 300 cosine 30. So the answer is tertutup kat situ. Berapa jawapan dia? Berapa jawapan dia? Dr. Saiful?
Prof.
Berapa jawapan nombor 2 ni tertutup saya?
259.8.
259.8. Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive, okay. So you have that. So you have this answer. The force when you add up in X direction is positive 250 Newton, and when you sum forces in Y direction, the answer is positive 259.8 Newton. Betul lah? Okay, student. Okay, so how to visualize this? If you look at the diagram here, after you have done that, when you sum forces in X and Y direction, it becomes this, dia jadi ini. Okay? After you have summed it up. So now if you look at this diagram here, it resembles the first example that I discussed with you. So now you need to use the trigonometry to solve this. We've done that before. So I'm going to just go ahead and calculate this. Remember, you draw a parallel line to X direction, and then you draw a parallel line to Y direction. you draw a parallel line to x-axis, and then you draw a parallel line to the y-axis. So you have this, yeah, this formula here. So the answer, the resultant force, yeah, is the resultant force is 360.5 Newton. Yeah. This 0.5 Newton is not very significant. Yeah. If you want to put this as 361 Newton, you can do that. Yeah. 0.5 is less significant compared to kilonewton. Yeah. Okay. So this is the resultant force, and then the direction from the positive x-axis is I'm going to use sine, cosine, and tangent. Over here, I'm using cosine. Yeah. So the direction from positive x-axis is 46.09 degree. Yeah. And I think in term of degree, sudut probably 0.09 could be significant. Kalau berubah pun akan membezakannya. So 0.09 could be significant. So after having this, serap pagi-pagi ni Dr. Saiful. Okay, so resultant force and the direction. So I'm going to draw this. The resultant force. So this is the resultant force Fr, which is 360.5 Newton, and the direction is theta from positive x-axis is 46.09. So this is the second example. Do you have any question before I proceed to the next one? Ada soalan?
Prof.
Ya. Yeah.
Kalau yang theta tu kan 46.09 degree. Kalau kita tulis 46 degree je boleh ke?
That's why I told you just now, 0.09 could be significant. Sebab dia arah kan, dia sudut, jadi mungkin dia akan bermakna lah. Jadi I think if you put that as 46.1 is much better than putting it as 46. Sebab sudut ni sikit berubah je dia akan lari pada jarak jauh kan. So my advice is just put everything in term of degree. You can be more you can have more decimal number there. Ya, sedikit perubahan akan mengubahkannya. But Newton is a small unit. 0.5 Newton probably is not as significant as if it is kilonewton. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Prof. Thank you.
Okay, any other question? Tak ada ya? Okay, so let's proceed to the next one. If you have any question on this one, we can always go back to this one. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the second one. This one is I told you that the first example is simple. So what I'm doing here is I'm building up the case. Yeah. Ini kalau asas ni, ya, bila dah banyak-banyak tak boleh nak buat secara manual, kena guna komputer. Contohnya digunakan untuk analisa structure pada bangunan. Yeah, if you look at a tall building or large building, there's a lot of members and anggota dalam column, beam and so on. So it end up with a lot of joints and a lot of members. So you cannot do this manually. Yeah. So I'm building up the case. Yeah, for you to understand initially one step at a time. Yeah. Bila dah banyak-banyak nanti we build up the case, you need to we are building the groundwork first. Yeah. So now I'm building up the case. Saya tambah lagi. So now instead of having one force at an angle, yeah, if you look at this, there's these two forces here. I applied this at an angle. Yeah. So this is a model, but it's a bit extensive model. Yeah. I put here if you look at this diagram here, the question first, the question like to determine the magnitude of resultant force again, jumlah daya and its direction from the positive axis. It looks like I'm using the same question, the same question with a different case, different problem here. So if you look at this model or diagram here, I told you this X and Y axis is there as a reference, and this arrow in green color is string ataupun tali, and then you pull this. But over here in this model or diagram, there's these two here dengan yang di bawah ni. So this picture ataupun gambar ni, this is used many time in the textbook, static textbook or strength material properties textbook. This represent here. Nampak anak panah yang besar ni?
Nampak.
Kadang bergegar pula anak panah ni, tak apa. Okay, you look at this, the one that I show you. This represent pin, P-I-N, pin. And then this one yang color warna macam coklat sikit ni, this represent over here floor. Dia mewakili macam lantai, dan yang ini mewakili pin, pin. So this is a model for pin and also floor. So at this particular point 0, you can put anything, point Z or point apa, but I name this as point 0 or point O. This is where you pull, at this particular point. Okay. After you have done that, which is imagine the real thing, bayangkan. So now you can start. So I told you that every time if you find or you stumble with a force or forces at an angle, you need to resolve it in X and Y direction before you sum it up. Sebelum kita jumlahkan daya pada paksi X and Y, kita kena pecahkan pada paksi X and Y. This is the way to solve a static problem. Ataupun this is the way to solve things using static techniques. Gunakan teknik-teknik dalam static. Okay. Mungkin seorang mathematician will solve this differently. But as this is the technique in static, which is also mathematical, isn't it? Okay, let's look at the model. This is the model. Okay. Bersama dengan tadi 400 Newton and kilonewton now. So a bit larger. Okay, so this is the model. 40 kilonewton and 60 kilonewton. Okay, now imagine this 40 kilonewton and then 60 kilonewton. Berapa you need to have that feeling, berapa besar dia. The first feeling that you should have is that 40 kilonewton is quite big, a big load or a big besar, a big force. For these two, 40 and 60 is quite large. Agak kuat lah tarik tarik. Tak tarik gunakan tangan pun, mungkin tarik gunakan, mungkin ni bukan tali biasa ni. This arrow in green color is not benang ke apa ke, mungkin rantai besi ke apa gitu rantai besi ataupun rantai yang kuat lah untuk tarik. That's how I imagine it. You need to, bukan nampak, it's not looking at arrow, numbers, and then axis. Not that only. You need to be able to put a story behind that. Boleh cerita lah. Yeah, then it will be exciting. Will be exciting. Yeah, exciting. Okay, let's resolve this into x and y direction first. This is how I do it. So 40 kilonewton, I'm going to resolve into y and x-axis again. Yeah, the way to resolve this is buat semula dulu lah. Yeah. Okay, this is the resolution of 40 kilonewton and also 60 kilonewton to x and y axis. Okay, if you take a look at this first, 40 kilonewton. When I resolve this at an angle 45 degree, the correct one is 40 sine 45, yeah, or it can be 40 cosine 45. Sama je, yeah. And over here, when you resolve this into x direction, this 40 cosine 45, and then or 40 sine 45. Yeah. So if you calculate this using your calculator now, boleh gunakan calculator sekarang. Sine 45 is 0.70771 saya rasa. Sama je jawapannya dengan cosine 45. Can you use your calculator if you have a calculator now? Sine 45 is equal to cosine 45, which is 0.7071. Yeah? Betul tak?
Betul.
Okay, so in the future, every time if you have a degree, a 45 degree, tak kisah, buat je. Sine atau cosine, doesn't matter. Yeah? Because both are the same. So this is how I resolve 40 kilonewton on x on y direction, and this is how I resolve 40 kilonewton in x direction. Okay, so next I'm looking at 60 kilonewton now. So this is how I resolve 60 kilonewton in y direction, which is 60 sine 30 or 60 ataupun apa? Sixty sine 30 ataupun anybody?
Cos 60.
Again?
Cos 60.
Correct. Yeah, 60 sine 30 or 60 cosine 60. Dapat dah? 60 sine 30 ataupun 60 cosine 30. Jawapannya sama, ya. Okay, and then this is our result on x direction. 60 cosine 30 or can you tell me?
60 sine 60.
60 sine 60, yeah, okay. That's correct. Okay, now we already resolve it into x and y direction. All the forces that is at angle. So now barulah boleh, and now you can sum it up. So again, I'm gonna start with. You can start with anything you like, x or y, but I'm going to start with summation of forces in x direction. Okay, when you look at summing forces in x direction, again, just a quick check. Yeah, a quick check. This one is in x direction, but it is negative. Yeah, and then this one is also in x direction, but this is positive. Ya, itu saja ada dua. Yang ni dua-dua ni pada y. Ya, so this one and this one is in x direction. So just sum it up. So this is how I sum it up. Okay, so the answer is 23.68 kilonewton. So 0.68 kilonewton is quite significant. Ya. Kena letakkan tu 0.68. Ya, so 23.68 kilonewton. Okay, next. I'm going to sum force in y direction, which is this one. Again, I cannot see the answer. Yeah. Okay, this is both are positive. Yeah. So positive 400 sine 45 plus 60 sine 30. So you have that answer. Bila saya share ni dia tu dia tu, oh boleh alih sikit. Okay. Okay, so the answer is 58.28 kilonewton. Okay, any question?
No.
Okay, so after you have done this, now I'm going to draw the forces in x y direction. Yeah, which is yeah. Okay, can you see this?
Not yet.
Huh?
Cannot.
Not yet.
Okay, sekejap. Saya dah unshare pula tadi. Okay. Nampak ya? Okay, let's do this again. Mula. Okay, after that, this is the answer here. Banyak sangat okay. So now this resemble the like the previous one. Example 1 and example 2. So now I'm going to calculate. Kebetulan this is positive, yeah, like the one that we have before. But the answer doesn't have to be positive all the time. It can be negative also. Yeah. So kebetulan this happen to be positive also, resemble the previous two examples. So I'm going to use the trigonometry again. Calculate this. So the answer, the resultant force is 62.91 kilonewton. So again, 0.91 is quite significant. And then the direction is 67.89 degree. Yeah. So I'm going to draw the result. Yeah, the final one, which is this. Yeah, this is the resultant force. Sorry. Okay. Any question on this?
No.
Clear? So clear? I told you this. The three example here is quite simple. We need to do that. I need to give you a simple one. Yeah. So I hope you already, if not all, you already grasp some of the concept. Yeah, and understand the basic word. Yeah, the basic concept in doing this. So I hope you have it already, so that we can proceed. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this example. Yeah, so again, this is a bit different. Yeah, I want to determine the tension in string. Yeah, AB and string AC to balance the 100 kilogram mass. Yeah, remember I put it as mass. Yeah, so every time you have a number of mass, yeah, you need to convert that into Newton because you are on Earth now. Take into consideration the gravitational pull. Yeah, so this is the diagram. This is the axis again, x and y. Okay, when I have these two picture here, yang ini, this again resemble pin. Ini pun pin, pin. But now this one here, which is in chocolate, orange. This one represent wall, dinding. Yeah, this also represent wall. Ini mewakili dinding, model untuk dinding. Yeah, this represent pin and pin. Yeah, so I'm going to draw this. And then you have 100 kilogram. Yeah. Okay, this is a good picture. Yeah, for you to start with, for you to have a feeling. Macam mana tali ni, string ni, disangkut pada dinding menggunakan pin dan membawa berat 100 kg. Yeah, about probably 2%. Yeah, so 100 kg, about 2%. Yeah, if I talk about kilogram, probably there is more feeling in that. Yeah, kita boleh rasa lah. This is the question. Yeah. Do you have any question on the question? Pernah ke ada orang tanya? Ada soalan kepada soalan? Okay, let's proceed. Tak ada soalan kepada soalan. Okay, so this is another picture, yeah, that I took from the textbook, or from the internet. Contohnya macam gini lah, ya, yang lebih mungkin lebih realistic, ya. Okay, so what I'm going to introduce to you now, which is in static, ya. Can you see the scissor, gunting, nampak tak?
Yes.
Okay, so the reason I use this scissor, it doesn't have to be gunting, it doesn't have to be scissor all the time. It can be knife, it can be any blade, yeah, any sharp things, yeah, for you to have that feeling. So I'm going to start, I'm going to introduce to you the concept of free body diagram. Can you write that down? Probably later ada, free body diagram. If you look at static textbook, it is subscripted as FBD. Huruf F, B, D. Yeah, represent the free body diagram. Free body diagram in bahasa Malaysia, free body diagram, gambar rajah jasad bebas dalam bahasa Malaysia lah. Ya, kalau you refer pada buku textbook bahasa Malaysia, free body diagram is gambar rajah jasad bebas. Yeah, so free body diagram FBD. So I'm going to introduce to you what is what is meant by free body diagram. So I'm going to make a cut. Yeah, this is free body diagram. I'm going to make a cut. If you can concentrate on this scissor here, scissor gunting ni, I'm going to start cutting now, ya. Concentrate pada gunting tu. Yeah, I'm going to use this free body diagram FBD, yeah, to make a cut. An imaginary cut. Kalau cut structure betul-betul tak boleh pergi gunting betul-betul kan, putus nanti, ya. Make an imaginary cut. Bayangkan, ya. So I'm going to make an imaginary cut right now. Cut, cut and cut. Nampak tak? So that is the cut that I made. So for me to get the free body diagram. Yeah. So make this cut. Once I already make a cut, I imagine that it will separate. This will separate. Putus lah, ya, putus. Yeah. So if you look at the one which is in the center here, dia dah jadi macam model. Yeah. So lihat anak panah ni yang saya bulatkan ni, round ni. This is the free body diagram of the center part of this diagram or this structure. Yeah. And this is the free body diagram of pin C. Yeah. And then this is the free body diagram of pin B. Yeah. And also here, this is the free body diagram of this weight here. Dia dah asingkan. So free body diagram, macam perkataan dia juga tu, free body diagram. You are freeing the body from its surrounding. That's what it means. Free body diagram. Gambar raja jasad bebas. You membebaskan jasad, jasad atau partikel tu daripada sekeliling dia secara bayangan lah. Yeah, you make an imaginary cut by freeing the body or the particle with its surrounding. I'm freeing this body here at the center from its surrounding. Yeah. So let's proceed. So I told you that this is baru pertama kali jumpa, betul tak? The concept of free body diagram. Probably you don't have to use this again after you have mastered it. Yeah. Dah buat tu memang it's just a procedure in any problem in static. Okay, so going to separate that. Pin B, pin C, and also the weight. Tengah-tengah ni dah nampak macam satu model, yeah. So I'm going to look at this. I'm going to concentrate on the center structure here. Yeah, so now this center structure here is already free. Dah dibebaskan daripada jasadnya telah dibebaskan daripada keliling, ya, sekeliling. Okay, before I proceed, I'm going to convert this into Newton. Yeah, 100 kilonewton multiplied by 9.81. So now it becomes 981 Newton. Yeah, so need to work on that. So you have this already. If you look at that, yeah, I'm going to I'm going to if you look at this this diagram here, I put this, I subscript this as T. Subscription is T because string, rope or cable, you cannot apply a compression loading. You cannot push. You always pull or tension. Tension or pulling. If you talk about string, you cannot push. You don't use it as compression members. You use this as a tension members. So because this is in tension, tension here, tension, so I subscript the ST. It's nice, but you can put this as anything, boleh But in textbook they always use T as tension force, yeah. Okay, the angle here, take note 30 degree. So you need to resolve. You need to resolve this into X and Y direction. So I don't do that now. I don't do that again. Draw that. I'm just go ahead and calculate on that resolution. Yeah. So first one, I'm going to sum forces in X direction. Again, you can start with Y direction if you like. Okay. So look at that calculation. If you have any question, go ahead. Yeah. So the answer is TAB cosine 30 minus TAC. Yeah. And then next, I'm going to sum forces. I cannot solve it. I cannot solve this because there is unknown here. Unknown, yeah, unknown. So wait. I'm going to proceed summing forces in Y direction. Yeah, summing forces in Y direction. So this is summing forces in Y direction. Okay. Okay, so when looking at when I'm looking at Y direction, I got the answer TAB, meaning tension in string AB, yang ini is known already, which is here 1962 Newton. Okay, dah ada yang ni. So now I'm going to plug this one in, plug PLUG. Saya akan masukkan, I'm going to plug this number TAB, which is 1962 Newton into here. Masuk dalam sini. Now I can solve it. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to do that. Ada tunjukkan. TAB akan dimasukkan ke sini. I'm going to plug this number in TAB here, which is 1962. So now I can solve TAC. Next, yeah, I can solve TAC. See that? So now I regard TAC. TAC is the tension. Mana tu arrow? The tension in string. The tension in string AC is 1699.1. Ya, susah nak sebut terbelit juga lidah The tension force in string AC is equal to 1699.1. Masukkan dekat sini. Yeah, so we're going to solve this. We already solved this. The tension in string AB and the tension in string AC. Yeah. Okay, dia tak tanya kat sini It's not asking you to calculate the tension in string AD. Tak tanya But from the diagram you can directly see. Boleh nampak terus lah. You can have the answer. The tension in string the tension in string AD is equal to what? Anybody? Cuba Here. My question is, yang lain kita dah kira kan? Yang ni saya tak payah kira sebab nampak daripada sini. So what is the tension in string AD?
981.
981 Newton. Yeah, but the question did not ask that. Yeah, because kalau ditanya, itu jawapan dia. The tension in string AD is 981 and 981 Newton. Okay, any question? We are finished with this example. Any question?
Tak ada.
Okay, many time in static, you need to solve a tension problem. Tension of cables, tension of strings and rope and any members which is in tension. If you look at a building or structure, if you go along the Penang Bridge, Penang Bridge. If you go through Penang Bridge, Pulau Pinang punya jambatan tu, you can see this bridge is made out of many tension members. Yeah, dibuat daripada banyak tali-tali dan kabel. Yeah, so in that design of Penang Bridge, most of the time engineers, structure or technologists are their job is to determine the tension of many members of this Penang Bridge. Yeah, but in many structure like building macam residential house, more compression members and bending members. Okay, so let's proceed. Ada beberapa lagi sini if you can still with me. Masih lagi awake
Yes, Prof.
Okay. I'm just going to start with the next one. Okay, let's okay, I'm not going to go through this. Yeah. Your job is look at this yourself. Yeah. Boleh?
Boleh, Prof.
Okay, so I have this. You have this already. Take a look at it. Take a look at it, and if you have any question, you can always ask me through Dr. Saiful, yeah, or you can ask me now, yeah. This picture, go ahead and take a look at it. Yeah, why I show you this picture is because I'm trying to have that feeling again, merasakannya lah, ya. Kalau nak tarik kayu balak, mesti gunakan kabel apa ni, chain, cable chain, rantai besi, ya. Okay, I told you I'm going to skip this. Your job is to look at that. Ada persamaan serentak sini, a simultaneous equation. Yeah, so take a look at this. Yeah, okay, because I want to start with this. Yeah, equilibrium of a moment of a force. Okay, Dr. Saiful.
Yeah, Prof.
Can I proceed?
Okay. We have another half an hour.
Half an hour.
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at a moment of a force. Remember when we talk about conversion of unit, we did convert moment, yeah, from one unit to another. So this is what we mean by moment. Moment of a force, again, it's not moment of a time, yeah, moment. This is a moment of a force, yeah, moment sesuatu daya. Dalam bahasa Malaysia, moment digunakan moment juga. Mungkin ejaan dia berbeza. M-O-M-E-N gitu, moment. Moment sesuatu daya. Moment of a force. So let's look at this diagram. Take a look at this formula. Yeah. Moment at a point, yeah, any point 0, for example, is equal to the force time distance. Yeah, force time distance, daya kali dengan jarak, ya, D is distance. So this is the unit in metric, yeah, this is the unit in customary, this is customer unit. You can put this as Newton dot meter or Newton dash meter pun boleh. So the way you read it is Newton meter or pound inch, yeah. Again, dash boleh, titik pun boleh. Okay, look at this diagram here. Let's say this one which is in chocolate, this is macam satu plane. This is a plane, yeah, plane. I'm going to explain to you the right hand rule, yeah, right hand rule. This is 3D. We're going to solve this in 2D, yeah. So look from the for this diagram here. This is using right hand rule. This is right hand rule. Bahasa Malaysia apa right hand rule? Anybody can translate this to me? Direct translation, right hand rule. Rules apa undang-undang? Undang-undang tangan kiri, tangan kanan, sorry. Okay, using that right hand rule, yeah, your thumb here, yeah, is the is 0.0, and the other finger is the direction, yeah. So we are going to establish the direction of this moment. We will establish, or we will agree, we need to agree the direction of this moment used in this class, yeah. So if you look from the above, kalau lihat daripada atas, gambar rajah ni lihat daripada atas, you can see this diagram here. I hope you can imagine that. This diagram here, if you look from above, you will see this. Yeah. So this is F. This is distance from this point up to this point. Dari titik ini ke titik ini. D, okay. So this is we need to agree that this is the direction, that the direction of movement that we use in this class. Yeah, I'm showing you again the direction. Macam berpusing. Yeah, when you talk about movement, I always think about things which is in rotation. But in actual, it does not. It tidak berubah because this is static, yeah, or you imagine that it rotates very slowly or in a constant movement, yeah. But in actual, it does. You cannot see the rotation very fast like this, yeah. This is just to establish the direction. So this is positive direction. Yeah, faham ya? So if you have a positive direction, there are the textbook that use this as negative direction. Yeah, but in this class, we're going to agree this is positive direction. So vice versa, this is negative direction. Yeah, this is moment of a force. Yeah, ni maksudnya satu. Or another word, moment of one force. Moment sesuatu, moment satu daya. Moment satu daya, bukan moment beberapa daya, bukan moment couple that we're going to talk about later. This is moment of one force. Yeah. So I hope you agree and establish the direction. Yeah. So I'm going to introduce to you now, memperkenalkan this another equilibrium, another equation of equilibrium, another equilibrium equation. Yeah, I remember before the equation of equilibrium is summing forces in y direction, summing forces in s direction, and summing forces in z direction. Yeah, so now this is another equation of equilibrium, which is this. Yeah, so just to highlight, yeah, this is positive. When you draw this, bila kita tulis, this doesn't have to be in this position only. You can draw any, boleh mana-mana lah. Yang saya tunjukkan ni, you boleh buat macam ni, mana-mana pun boleh tuliskan. Yeah, so this represent positive direction. Okay, positive direction. Okay, so how you read this equation? This is how you read it. The summation of moment, yeah, the summation, this sigma, yeah, summation of moment at any point, yeah, must be equal to 0. Yeah, again, summation of moment at any point, let's say this alpha, yeah, at any point must be equal to 0. Remember the equation of equilibrium before I introduced, you read it as summing forces at x axis equal to 0, yeah, or summing forces in y axis must be equal to 0. But here summing of moment at any point equal to 0. Itu cara membacanya. Okay, can you try now? Reading this? Boleh? Hello? Can anybody? Okay, baca
Summing of moment at any
Summation
point.
of moment
Summation of moment at any point is equal to 0.
0. Okay, summation of moment at any point, yeah, must be equal to 0. Kalau tak equal to 0, to dynamic, yeah. In static, it must be 0. So this is how you read this. How you read this. Okay? Any question? Okay, we proceed. Okay, this is example of the real thing, real thing. When you apply moment, yeah. For example, here using tools yang biasa you jumpa, spanner mati kan, screwdriver, spanner hidup, yeah. Probably this is exaggeration, But when you use these tools, that is available around you. Kat rumah mesti ada kan, screwdriver mesti ada. So when you are using a screwdriver or when you are using any spanner, in actual you are applying moment. Yeah, for example here, when you use a screwdriver, you are applying moment on the screw. Kalau you tak apply moment pada screw, macam mana screw tu nak pusing? Kalau you tak pusing, you cuma tolak-tolak, dia tidak akan berpusing untuk for to tighten it up or to loosen it up. Like this spanner here. In another word, you are applying moment using this spanner here that you can adjust here on the bolt, B-O-L-T, bolts. You cannot tighten or you cannot loosen up a bolt without applying moment. Dengan cara ringkasnya, cara biasa kita sebut, kenalah pusingkan spanner ni, kalau tidak tak boleh nak buka ataupun nak ketatkan. Okay, any question on this diagram here? On this slide. The reason I show you this slide is for you to have that feeling. Look at this GIF here. This person, this guy is applying moment on the bolt. Either to tighten up or to loosen it up. Tak tunjuk sama dia nak ketat ataupun dia nak longgarkan. Okay, so when you have that already, we can take a look at an example now. A question. So again, this is the easiest example. Bukan easiest. This is the simplest. Simplest. Bukan easiest. It could be easy. It could be. It could not. Probably not. But this is the simplest one I can start with. Hopefully, it is easy for you to grab the concept. So the question is, I want to determine the magnitude and direction of moment about point O or point 0 here. Point O. Okay, this again only a bunch of axes and arrows and numbers. This is only a model. If you don't if you cannot imagine what is happening, it is much harder for you to appreciate this model. So when I have this model, what I can imagine is this. Saya bayangkanlah, tak adalah spanner yang begitu besar kan. Mungkin tak ada. Mungkin ada guna kat kapal-kapal ke dekat pelabuhan, ada saya nampak ada gunakan spanner yang besar. But at home probably have a smaller one. So this person is applying moment on the bolt. Can you see the bolt here? Ni dapat macam bolt, nampak ada nak here. When you already establish the direction, this is a negative moment. Betul tak? Nampak tak? This is a negative moment. Can you see that? This is negative moment.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is the direction. So in another word, when you have this negative direction of this moment applied at the bolt or point O, this means you are tightening up or you loosening up the bolt. You nak longgar ke atau you nak ketatkan bolt ni?
Ketat.
From left to right.
When you look at moment, you don't see that is in left or right. When you are looking at moment, you are looking it at rotation, berpusing. Dia memusingkan bolt tu. You cannot see that as going to your right or going to your left. When you are talking about moment, you need to look at you need to look at it as rotation around the bolt, around point O. So when you have around point O, then you can establish the direction, which is negative moment. Boleh?
How about positive
Ha?
moment?
Tak dengar.
Positive
What about positive?
moment.
Okay, if this 800 Newton, this is going to your right, isn't it?
Yes.
This is when you are going to your right. So this when it's in rotation is going to is going to have a negative moment. But if you have this 800 Newton going to your left, akan menuju ke arah kiri, then it will be positive moment. Yeah, you look at that in a rotation. Kalau you lihat pada ke kanan atau ke kiri, then it will be confusing. Yeah. Okay. So my question is, when you have this negative moment in this example here, are you loosening or you tightening the bolt?
Tightening.
Tightening, ya. Kita mengetatkan bolt. Betul? Semua dapat rasa tak?
Dapat.
Okay. Pernah gunakan spanner kan?
Benar.
Okay. Okay. So in other words, if you have negative moment in this class, it means you tighten up the bolt. Yeah. If you have a positive moment later, yeah, meaning that you are loosening up the bolt. Yeah. So negative moment maksudnya you ketatkan bolt ataupun skru ke apalah ya. If you have positive moment, you melonggarkan bolt atau melonggarkan skru. Any question on that? Must establish this concept because I told you this is the simplest one we can start with, so that you can grab the concept. Yeah. Okay. Any question before I proceed?
Your direction tadi, you
Yeah.
mean clockwise and anti-clockwise direction lah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. You can say this as clockwise. Negative moment or clockwise or tightening up the bolt. Well, thank you. Or another way around, if you have positive moment, is anti-clockwise and loosening up the bolt. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so when we have this already, kita keluarkanlah gambar tu kita ada yang ini. Yeah, so 800 Newton. So I'm going to some forces in some moment, the summation of moment at point O yang ini equal to 0. Or in another word, the summation of moment at the bolt equal to 0. Kalau ikut gambar tadi lah. Yeah, this is the direction. Okay. So when you do that, when you sum the moment at point O, you imagine macam tadi bolt tadi tu, yeah, so that you can appreciate more this simple problem here. Okay, so I'm going to solve this. The answer is using the formula F time D, distance time force, yeah, you get the total moment applied on point 0. Yeah, which is 400 Newton meter. Yeah, should be negative sini ada negatif. Ya, ada negatif ya. Can you take notes? Sepatutnya ada negatif. Ya. Okay, so any question on this question? Any question on this one? Okay, just take a look, just take note, misalnya negatif ke depan ya. So negative moment of 400 Newton meter, meaning that you are loosening up this macam tadi bolt saya bayangkan lah ya, or it's anti-clockwise. Okay, so if you don't have any question before I proceed and finish this class quickly? Okay, next, when we talk about this example, you're talking about moment of a force, moment of a force. But here, moment of a couple, yeah, moment of a couple, ataupun dalam bahasa Malaysia, moment sesuatu couple. Couple here mesti gandingan, gandingan. Couple here means, if you look at this diagram here, ada gandingan yang ini, F here and also F over here. Ada dua. Ya. Pernah tak tayar pancit? Kereta tayar pancit. Ada tools yang berbentuk macam gini. Kita boleh gunakan dua tangan untuk pusingkan bolt. Ya. So that is a moment of a couple. Yeah. So again, when you talk about moment of a couple, you're using the same formula, F times D here, using the same right hand rule, yeah, which is this. Yeah. And if you look from the above, daripada atas, you will see this. Yeah. So again, we establish the moment, the direction again of a couple sama juga, ya. Itu. This is positive moment. So represented by this model here. Yang ini, yang merah ni, positif. Yeah, and vice versa. This is positive, and the other way around is negative. So let's look at this one, equivalent of moment couple. Yeah. Okay, this diagram here, the first one. Yeah, if you take a look at here, the moment couple, 10 kilonewton this side, and another side is 10 kilonewton. The distance is from this point to this point here. Yeah. So when you calculate using this formula, moment is equal to 5 kilonewton meter. You see that? Now I write that this as kilonewton dash meter, not kilonewton dot meter. So boleh dua-dua. So equivalent moment couple says that if you have, look at this diagram, if you have 20 kilonewton moment couple, this one and this one, and you have the distance 0.25, you have an equivalent moment couple, which is also 5 kilonewton meter. That's what I mean by moment couple. If you want to have the feeling, kalau you gunakan spana tu, kalau spana tu pendek, dia punya shaft dia pendek, susah nak ketat atau longgarkan. Jadi kalau you nak senang ketat atau longgarkan, you kena ada spana yang panjang, ya, dia punya shaft tu, then it's easier. Yeah, so that's how you have that feeling for this particular slide here, equivalent moment couple. Yeah, so do you have any question on this slide? Okay, let me proceed to an example later. Okay, this is a resultant couple. Yeah, remember when you talk about force, you have resultant force. When you talk about moment, you also can calculate the resultant moment couple. Yeah, so this is the formula for the resultant moment couple. Yeah, so let's say if you have moment 1, moment 2, moment 3, and moment I. Yeah, meaning that you have many other moments. Moment 1, moment 2, moment 3, moment 4, moment 5, and so on. Yeah, moment I's. I's. So you summing the summation of moment at any point is equal to just add it up. Yeah, plus moment 1, plus moment 2, plus moment 3, and the rest of the moment. Yeah, of a force. Okay, if you have the position alter, saya ubahkan dia punya kedudukan. Moment 1 saya tempat yang sama, moment 2 saya ubahkan, moment 3 and moment I. Ya, saya ubahkan kedudukan dia. still the answer is the same. The summing of moment at any point, jawapan dia masih sama juga. Yeah, so that's what I mean by the resultant moment. It doesn't you don't mind with the position. The resultant of moment is always the same. Okay, let me proceed. This is the same one. I'm just going to move it around. So the first position here, yeah, this particular position, moment 1, moment 2, moment 3, moment I. Kalau saya ubah ke mana-mana pun on the surface, anywhere on the surface, the resultant moment couple is the same. The resultant moment is the same, yeah. Okay. Okay, probably this two slide, some of you have question, you can ask me later, because usually these two slide is could be confusing, yeah. But let's look at the example. Okay, this is example moment couple, yeah, moment couple. When I talk about moment couple, ada dua lah, sebab the couple dia couple. Kalau kata ni gunakan, you nampak juga ada couple tu, ada couple sini, ya, manusia lah. Ada dua orang. Contohnya lah. Over here the same thing, when you talk about couple, there's two. Ada gandengan daripada dua, ya. So I want to determine the magnitude and direction of moment couple about point O. Ya, about point 0. So again, this I told you I'm building up the case, yeah. So now again, this is a bunch of axes and arrows and numbers only and distance only. Yeah, if you are not able to imagine the real thing, then the appreciation is less than, yeah. So this is how I appreciate. I'm going to use the tool like this because this is a moment couple. I'm going to use a tool like this. This is how I imagine. Mungkin tak ada, tapi this is how I imagine a tool like this. Kalau ada pun mungkin dua-dua shaft ni sama panjang, sama panjang. Tak ada yang satu panjang, satu pendek, tak ada. Yeah. So this is how I imagine. So when I have this imagination, a simple one, I can appreciate this case. Yeah. Now, yeah. So 200 Newton and then 200 Newton. Kalau kat sini 200 Newton, sini 100 Newton, this is not considered as moment couple. Kalau sini tak sama, let's say this is 200 Newton and over here is 100 Newton, then this is not a moment couple. Moment couples are saying that this is the magnitude is the same. 200 Newton here and then 200 Newton here. The distance, that's okay. Yeah. So using the formula, I'm going to solve this. Saya keluarkan gambar ni anak ini macam spana ni. Okay, going to solve this. Summing forces about point O. Yeah, meaning that I'm going to apply moment at the bolt now. So when I do this, can you have that feeling of tightening or loosening up the bolt? Sekarang ni kalau saya buat macam gini, you nak ketatkan ke atau nak longgarkan bolt ni? That's my question. Anybody?
Ketatkan.
Ketatkan, thank you, betul. That's correct. You have that feeling already. Ketatkan bolt ni, ya. Okay, so I'm going to sum moment about point O equal to 0, or in other words, summing moment at the bolt equal to 0. So just sum it up using a formula here. Yeah, this is negative 200 Newton. The distance is 6. 4 plus 2. Yeah, so dapat jawapan dia. So the answer is negative 1200 Newton meter, or you can write like this. Yeah. 1200 Newton meter and draw the direction here, which is tightening up or clockwise, yeah, or negative. Yeah, this negative. Or you can write like this, negative 1200 Newton meter, or you can write like this, 1200 Newton meter, draw the direction here. Yeah. Okay, although this is a moment couple, you can also consider this as a moment of a force. Yeah, you can consider this one as one moment. This is another. This is a moment of a force, and this is another moment of a force. Yeah, so the workout here calculation. Next, I'm considering this also as a moment of a force. Yeah, which give you the same answer. Negative 1200 Newton meter or 1200 Newton meter clockwise. Okay, so any question for this particular one?
No.
Okay, so now is already more than dah lebih pukul 10 So what I'm going to do now is already discuss with you the basic the simple one, simple one. So your job in this class is to look at the other example that I give you in this class, which is this one, this slide here. Take a look at this. I also have that imagination of a tools here, tools, and then the calculation, how I resolve this. Again, if you have if you stumble with a force at an angle, you need to resolve into x and y direction, and then you sum this moment up. So take a look at this, and also this slide. Biasa pipe air tu you buka dan tutup kan, tiap-tiap hari kan. Bulan puasa ni nampak air tu memang sedap je kan. You nak buka buka pipe air dan tutup pipe air. Actually what you doing is that you are applying moment on the tap water, to open the water or close this tap. Actually you are applying moment like this. So your job here, I'm not going to do this here, we don't have time now. You take a look at this yourself. Okay, ada jawapan dia. Okay, next when we meet, we're going to talk about this principle of transmissibility and the rest of the class of static, the basic work in static. So that will be all for today. Do you have any question before we stop, Dr. Saiful? I'm finished with the lecture today.
Okay, Prof, thank you. So, all students, any question?
No.
Okay, if no question, if you have any question, you can ask in our WhatsApp group, and I will pass the question to Prof M. So that's all for class today. Don't forget to fill out the attendance link in the chat box. Okay, Prof. See you next week.
Okay, so that will be all for the class next week, this week. So next week we're gonna start with I'm going to give Dr. Saiful the PowerPoint the lecture, the lecture on PowerPoint, and then you can take a look at it first, and then we can meet again next week, inshallah, and
Okay,
probably you exercise,
Okay.
Okay, that be Assalamualaikum. Jumpa lagi.
Okay, selamat bercuti esok.
Yes, that's cuti esok, hari nuzul nuzul Quran Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Thank you, Prof.
Okay, bye.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Dr. Prof.
Okay.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Prof.